Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again. Another video, gonna do an unboxing today. I've got Cartier's Oud Musc for you. Thought I'd share this with you guys. I know you guys are all smitten with fragrance videos, and doesn't matter how much content is produced, you know, people are all over it. It's just a growing, I don't want to call it a fad, but fragrance videos are just getting really popular, it seems. You know, more and more people are getting into fragrance, which is a great thing, you know. So, you know, the more reviewers and the more viewers, the better for us as a community as a whole. So, I know I really enjoy watching videos, and any free downtime that I have, I spend watching other reviewers as well. No doubt about that. I mean, this is a huge passion of mine, and I can never get enough, and I can imagine a lot of you guys can't either. But let's get to the Oud Musc Cartier. This is from the Heures Voyageuses. Please don't hold my French against me. I know I'm Canadian and I took French in school. I wasn't actually in class because I was out fucking around. But yeah, don't hold it against me. But it's from the Heures Voyageuses collection. And they originally had started out with Oud and Rose, Oud and Musc, and Oud and Oud. Not very unique names, I know. But when the opportunity arose itself to Mathilde Laurent, who is the head perfumer for Cartier, you know, she totally jumped for it. She didn't care if she was getting on the Oud trend. She said she loves Oud, and she was more than ecstatic to do this. Picked up some, I guess, on her voyages to the Middle East, she picked up on, you know, the Oud bandwagon and really wanted to give her perception of what Oud is like. Now, the first time I'm never going to forget the first time I smelled, you know, this collection. I was in Montreal at the time, just, you know, a family getaway for the weekend or a few days, and I was sniffing around in Ogilvy's, which is kind of just, you know, a nice perfume shop, almost like a smaller Holt Renfrew's, and these, I think these had just come out just recently prior to that. So two things actually stuck out in my head. It was Serge Lutens Musc Kublai Khan, which at that time was just being discontinued. And when I smelled MKK, I wanted a bottle on the spot. I was ready to purchase it, but all they had was testers. All the bottles were sold out, and from that point on, bottles were going into the bell jars. So they were being made exclusive to the Serge Lutens boutique in Paris only. And I was, you know, totally bummed out about it. And I was talking to the SA, and she's like, you know, if you like that, you should try the Oud Musc from Cartier. And I tried it, and I was completely blown away. So those two things really stuck out in my head. But at the time, the prices were like $375 for 75 ml. And I just didn't really want to spend the money. And I was like, oh, you know, I'll sit on it. So I kind of, you know, spent the rest of the day just kind of going back and forth between MKK and Oud Musc, and I just thought they were two of the most amazing things I'd ever smelled. So let's kind of fast forward. I was at one of the perfume shops here in Toronto, and there's a Cartier rep that I've spoken to a few times, but just, you know, very briefly, hello, how's it going? Can I help you? And I'd normally be like, you know, I'm fine. And I was always over at the Hermes counter, just sniffing some stuff. I just really wanted to be left alone, doing my own thing. I'm not crazy about dealing with sales assistants, as most times I find them a huge bother. They really annoy me, especially when they're following me around the boutique or the shop or wherever it is I am. And it's quite obvious all they want to do is make a sale. So I was at the Hermes counter. I think I was sniffing, it was Voyageuses. de Hermes, the Parfum. I think it was Voyage de Hermes. I was really just, you know, just focused on Voyage, and the Cartier rep came over to me. I was all alone. And she's like, "Can I help you with anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm really okay. Thank you so much. If there's anything I need, I'll let you know." I was really polite, and I just really wanted to be left alone. And she's like, "Do you like?" She says to me, "I see you here quite often. I see you're really into perfume, and you kind of know what's going on. Do you mind if I show you some things?" And again, I was like, "You know what? I just really want to smell this, and I'm going to be on my way." And she was really persistent. She's like, no, I really want to show you some things, and I think you will like them. And, you know, don't be pressured into buying anything. And I was like, okay, sure, let's go. And she kind of took me over. She's an older assistant. She must have been with Cartier for, I don't know, it must have been decades. And I can obviously tell she knew her stuff. She was very well informed. She was very well versed. And she started showing me the Les Heures collection, the Cartier exclusive collection. And I had no idea this collection had even existed. And she's like, "What are some of your favorite notes?" And I told her leather and patchouli are two of my favorite things. So she pulled out Les Heures 13, which is 13e, I think it is. And it's the leather-based fragrance, and it totally blew me away, like right on the spot. She showed me the patchouli one, patchouli and cacao. I think it's number, all the bottles have numbers on them, Roman numerals. And if I'm remembering correctly, I want to say it's 7, number 7. So it's patchouli, cacao. It almost smells like patchouli and chocolate cake. And I was immediately blown away, like right on the spot. Like, took both of them instantly, gone. And I was absolutely thrilled. And she showed me the Oud Musc and the Oud Rose and the Oud, what's the other one? There's 3 of them. Oud Oud, that's right. And I was already kind of familiar with them. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to pay the money. It's just way too much money for Oud, which, again, I'm not thrilled about, but especially, you know, Western Oud, the synthetic, ambery, woody base. I'm just not crazy about poorly done Ouds, but I couldn't say that about the Cartiers. I think they're actually so well done, and they're so smooth. And she gave me a bunch of samples, and I took them home, and I was like, man, this stuff's too good. It's like completely amazing. And I went back. I was like, yeah, I gotta go back, and I gotta talk to her about these Ouds. So I picked up Oud, and I think the one that impressed me most was Oud and Oud, which was a little bit more barnyardy. Oud and Rose, I mean, they're all nice, but to be honest, I am just so tired of Oud and Rose as a combination, and I'd love to start seeing newer things. And I've got more Oud and Rose than I care to have in my collection. So I think that will forever be a pass for me, unless I'm gonna, you know, collect the whole collection. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I got a nice bag with my purchase. Actually, the bag comes in a nice bag too, which is pretty cool. I actually asked if they had any of these travel bags, because I like to carry my samples in these when I travel. And she's like, yes, absolutely. For you, I do actually have one. So this is a Versace bag with a cheap gold zipper on it. I'm pretty sure this is made in China. This can't be Italian quality. Maybe it is, who knows? Maybe I'm just being a cynic, but nice bag. It looks like, you know, you can put some shaving junk in here, but forget about the bag. I got one of these too. Says Holt Renfrew on there. It looks like you can put your glasses in there. Okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. Oud Musc. So, always do a wonderful job wrapping. Never really knew Cartier had their own seal there, but they do. The packaging is, you know, absolutely gorgeous. So there we have Oud Musc. There you have Les Heures, Voyageuses, Cartier. And this is a nice, I don't want to say leather, but it's nice velvety textured box. It's really sturdy. Says here, there's all this French mumbo jumbo made in France. I hope so. Hope it's not made in China, but that's just the sleeve that comes off. Not much information there, and you just got your seal. You got 2 seals right there. So let's take this apart. You know, the first time I wore Oud and Musc, I wore the sample, and I was just like, damn, this is so smooth, and it's so sensual. And it's like, I really don't want to be spending this money on a Oud perfume. Like I said, I'm not like the Oud guy. I really love my traditional perfumes, but a really well done Oud and throw in the stank factor, and I'm down with that. A little bit of skanky Oud. Okay, look at this. Bottle is stunning. It's you know, gold cover. It's probably just spray paint or something cheap, but the packaging is, you know, it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm a huge fan of this packaging. I think the bottles are a little bit tall for the base. The base is very narrow, so it's just something I don't think will be very sturdy and something I'll have to be very cautious with. I can't get a good shot of that just because of the reflection. But whatever, I mean, you get the hint. There is some more information there. Nice red velvet. So the packaging is great. Nice cap. Cap seems to hold nice and sturdy. I love that. I'm actually furious when the cap doesn't hold the weight of the bottle. It drives me nuts. So Oud Musc, I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Okay. Oh God, it's just so sensual. That's so sensual and smooth and so well put together. That's the first things that come to mind. As far as the Oud, to me, it's very smoky. It's resinous. It's like smoked wood chips. And the note pyramid, it's not very detailed. I think it just says Oud and Musc, very simple and stupid. But, you know, as far as I can tell, I think there's a whack of patchouli in here, which kind of helps strengthen the Oud or gives it depth. So, Oud and Musc, Les Heures de Voyageuses, huge fan. I'm absolutely dying to pick up some more of these. Designer exclusives are totally my thing, but there's one more thing I got to show you because this is insane. The sales assistant has no idea I do YouTube. She doesn't know I'm doing videos, or I don't know what she knows, but she has no idea I have a channel. And she said, you know what? Just by talking to you, I can tell you love perfume. And she gave me a tester for free. So, which is a great deal. I couldn't refuse. And it is another from the Oud series. And this is the one I had originally wanted. I wanted Oud and Oud. And here we go. Oud and Oud tester. And comes with a cap. A little bit of protection there. Oud and Oud, completely full. So there you go. This one to me is Not as sensual. It's a little bit more stanky. Let's put a little bit of this. I think I like this one a little bit better. Yeah, it's that barnyard. It's really sharp right in the opening. It smells a little bit dirty to me. Like in a good way, of course. There's a couple others in the collection that I really like. Oud Santal is really nice. It almost seems to me like Oud Santal is a better version of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. You know, with my limited experience with the Santal, I almost felt like it was a stronger and better composition of Oud Wood. So, unfortunately, I heard that the Oud Santal is no longer allowed to come into Canada. There's a restricted ingredient in there. So, I mean, any bottles that are in the country are available for sale, but no more bottles will be coming in, as far as I know, and that's what I've been told. Oud Radio is another nice one. That one's got I think it's an oud and ginger note, which is really interesting. Again, not much experience with that one, but I'm going to get to know them. And there's an absolute version as well, and that one comes in a smaller bottle. So anyway, that's been my unboxing and experience with Cartier, their Oud collection, which I love. I'm just madly in love with. Cartier always doing, timeless pieces. They're not really into trends. Just, discovered a lot of Cartiers lately. Lanval, designer, excellent fragrance. Love to add that to my collection very soon. The Eau de Parfum, the bottles are amazing. They got that, just the way the bottle comes out of, it's actually like an insert or a refillable that comes out of the case. I don't know, it's just really strange to explain. Great packaging, great perfumes. Master perfumer, Mathilde Laurent, she's absolutely great. She spent years and years and years with Guerlain before she signed on with Cartier. Spent a long time with Jean-Claude Elena, which is amazing as well. So a great resume. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any experience with Oud, Cartier's Oud collection, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences or your thoughts, and we'll talk to you all again soon.